When EA asked me if I wanted to get some hands-on time with Titanfall 2 multiplayer, I was like... So now pretty much I've got a fuck ton of gameplay to share from the tech test in LA, specifically about 3 hours of me kicking absolute ass. I got to see some of the single player too, which I'll dive into somewhat in depth later on in the video. Bear in mind this was all captured on PS4 and what we played wasn't the game's final build, so you better hope you've sat your ass down because I'm about to educate the fuck out of you. First thing I want to talk about is the pilot. From what we played, there are 5 main pilot types: Pulse Blade, Grapple, Hollow Pilot, Stim, and Cloak. Pulse Blade has a throwing knife that can reveal bad guys through walls when within radius. Hollow Pilot can create a decoy of himself, which you probably all saw in the trailer. Stim can heal you quickly and boost your speed for a short time. Wow. Now to be fair, you actually get to see this in action in the trailer and it looks pretty dope. Cloak allows you to go all Crisis 3 on that shit, and my absolute favourite, which I've played as for nearly the entire time, Grapple, which gives you a fucking grappling hook. No, let's talk about this grappling hook for a sec. Its inclusion in the game adds a new level in player mobility and freedom. Getting around the map with it is a fucking blast, since you basically feel like Spider-Man. Nah, fuck off, not that Spider-Man. Yeah, that's it. I will spill some truth. It may take a little while to fully master though. My first time using it, I was like, what the fuck? Why is it acting like this? Now look at me fucking killing it. Moving on, the player loadout is as shown. Player class, which we just talked about. Throwables, primary weapon, anti-tank weapon, and up to 2 perks. Perks can also be put on your weapons as well, which give you stuff like being able to shoot while sprinting, faster reload, etc. Unfortunately, no sidearm. As for the player movement when actually playing the game, people have said to me that they feel it's a bit more weighted, was the word thrown around. Like, everything felt heavier. Only very slightly though. Like, I didn't really notice it myself, so clearly it's not that big of a deal. I was too busy kicking Kane's console dyslexic ass. Alright, now let's shoot on over to Titan customization.
Pilot control initiated. Welcome back.
Word on the street is that there are going to be 6 different Titans in the final game, but we only got to try out 2 of them: Scorch and Ion. Both of these bad boys have fixed primary weapons and abilities, however, you can change their perks, such as getting an extra dash, increased auto Titan damage, etc, etc. Similarly to Titanfall 1, each Titan gets a primary weapon, an ability which acts as a secondary weapon, a defense mechanism, a utility, and now an overcharge ability. Scorch specializes in fire and getting everybody lit. More lit than this mixtape I was hustled into buying in LA. Scorch's primary weapon is a thermite launcher which ignites the impact area and has the ability to create a sick ass wall of fire by smashing the ground like a boss. He also comes with a thermal shield that melts incoming fire and burns nearby enemies. If you get him really pissed off, he'll smash the ground and seriously fuck your day up.
Warning, multiple Titans in.
Ion, on the other hand, comes loaded with an arsenal of energy-type weapons and lasers. He carries a splitter rifle which shoots lasers, a shoulder-mounted laser, a vortex shield which works just like the one in Titanfall 1, a tripwire for the utility, and a laser core for his overcharged ability, which shoots a massive chest laser. In the first Titanfall, a Titan was granted to you after a certain amount of time, and that time could be reduced by completing objectives and killing players. This time around, there is no timer. You actually have to work for your Titan. That shit ain't being rewarded to you because you got a little patience. You actually need skill. Oh yeah, something new I found really cool was how they changed the enemy Titan rodeoing. Let me explain what I'm talking about. In the first Titanfall, pilots would mount an enemy Titan and rip off a plate of armor to expose its circuitry, and then proceed to go ham on it to inflict as much damage as possible, and probably even fully destroy the Titan in the process. In Titanfall 2, pilots had to first remove the Titan's battery cell like so. Once the battery cell is removed, you can then toss a grenade down its hole before being thrown off. Each preceding attack will see the pilot tossing a grenade down the Titan's battery hole before being once again thrown off. The grenade will only do a certain amount of damage and won't completely destroy the Titan. I find this sick with a cube because you don't need to exit your Titan to get an enemy pilot off you. You can accept that it's going to do a bit of damage and then he's going to be thrown off. I find this to be one of the better changes they've made to the game because in the previous game all your efforts had to be shifted onto the pilot since they were able to seriously fuck up your day if not dealt with. Oh yeah, also, with the Titan's battery cell I mentioned, when you remove it you actually carry it around with you. What's that? What can you do with it? Well fuck, I'm glad you asked. You can kindly donate it to a friendly Titan to give it a health boost. Now that's fucking cool too. Alright, let's have a talk about the single player. We got to watch one of the devs play a fair chunk of the first mission, highlighting some important gameplay elements. The single player emphasizes the relationship between you and your Titan, and you get a pretty good feel of that when you're playing, or watching in my case. One way they've hammered this home is dialogue choice. They've given you the ability to choose what to say back when your Titan is talking to you.
It's longer than any relationship I've had.
Noted.
More emphasis is on player freedom as well. They wanted the single player to provide you with the same gameplay feel as the multiplayer. Most of the combat sections are open areas with plenty of walls to run on, flanking opportunities, verticality, and... You know what, I'm getting sick of this whole commentary thing. I'm gonna take a quick break.
$20 in a dream. I'm trying to get this cream cause the cash rules everything around me. And me and my peeps, we just
Alright, let's get back to it. Oh, and there's also a new stealth element as well. You remember that pilot ability called Cloak? Yep, that one. Well, you're able to use that in the campaign too. Something I found pretty neato was that the Titan is able to change its loadout and abilities on the fly. Oh, and another thing, Titan boss fights. What makes it even cooler is that they introduce them like they do in Borderlands.
Light the fuses, bitches!
So anyway, campaign breakdown. The single player has its fair share of pilot gameplay, Titan gameplay, and also some environmental puzzle type stuff. It's pretty lengthy as well in my opinion, with around 10 to 12 hours if you play on normal difficulty. Can't complain, that's pretty good. Look, I'm actually excited for the single player, it looks rad AF. Jumping back on over to the multiplayer, there were 3 new modes we got to check out. Bounty Hunt, Pilot vs Pilot, and Amped Hardpoint. Amped Hardpoint plays a lot like regular Hardpoint, except this time around, captured points are able to be captured a second time to boost your team's points. As for the other 2 modes, I'm just going to play the intro video I watched when I booted up the game because I hate commentary.
Bounty Hunt. In this mode, you and your teammates are tasked with clearing the remnant field ground units through 3 waves, earning a bonus for every kill you obtain. Between each wave, make sure and bank your bonus points to increase your team's score. At the end of each wave, the remnant fleet will unleash a bounty titan. Once on the field, you must defeat the marked bounty to earn a massive bonus. If you need a break from Bounty Hunt, we've also included a classic 8v8 mode, Pilots vs Pilots, in order to put your pilot mobility and combat skills to the ultimate test.
My personal fave mode was definitely Bounty Hunt. Killing the AI had more of a reward to it and created more risk versus reward scenarios. Like, should I go back to base now and bank my earnings, or stay and earn a bit more but risk dying? I wasn't a big fan of Pilot vs Pilot. I can see why they included it though. Some people may just want to play against other pilots for a change, which is alright. That's cool. Titanfall 2 is coming out in October and will be available on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo 64 and PC. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be releasing a Titanfall 2 funny moments video sometime soon as well, so I'm sure you'll all get a kick out of that too. Anyway, that's me for today. Stay tuned for more and thanks for watching.
Move it.